What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying?
They send pressure. Mayfield evades. In trouble. Stiff arm. Throws. How did he do it? First down. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught. Caught. It's a miracle. It's Abraham. Oh, my goodness. This town is going crazy. Goff protected. Another completion. Another short one. Bouncing off the tackle is Montgomery. What a catch and run. Still going.
What's up, everyone? It is December 18th. We are What's the Play? Welcome back. Lucas, how are you tonight?
That's right. Before we went on here, we're already in week 16 already.
Yeah.
14 or 15, man. We're in week 16.
Only
we said it a few times. Season has absolutely flown by.
Yep. I feel like we said that. We were just here last year talking about
5 times this season, but man, we're actually at the end.
Feel like we were just here last year saying the same thing. Can't believe how fast the season's gone. Now we only got 2 weeks left and some good football ahead, but also some shitty football. So let's just soak it up while we can, I suppose.
I think we're both coming off one of our best weeks of this season. I had a couple nice lotto hits, not quite plus 6,000. You had, I think, your biggest hit in this football season, David Montgomery, the last leg. Very, very fitting.
Yes.
State Cyclone catches huge plus 6,000 for you.
Yeah, last week was definitely, I think, the best week I've had all year. Well, no, that definitely was. And like you said, came down to my guy David Montgomery, and he kind of, maybe you could call it a bullshitty pass interference there for nonsense, and he comes in. Wasn't in on that drive really. He wasn't on the drive at all. And then they got the ball at the 1 yard line after that pass interference, comes in for kind of a QB sneak thing and cashes us out. So I'm not going to take any, you're not going to hear complaints from me because, man, needed that one bad. I know both of us have missed so many great parlays this season by one leg, and every time it just hurts. So that one felt good to go through the hoop. So,
huge hit, plus 6,000.
Yeah, definitely my biggest odds hit for the year too. So I guess we'll just get right into it. The best and worst plays of the week last week. That lotto, obviously my best play. It was. We talked about those that are listening that game was gonna be a great SGP type game, and that's what it was. I know the last Ram, I think, was it Rams? Somebody, we said that was going to be a really good SGP game, and then it was kind of shit. So I felt like we were really due to have one like that where maybe week 7 or 8 turned out to be a stinker.
Not sure what game you're talking about off the top of my head, but
was it a Rams game? Maybe it was a Lions game. Not a Rams. It was a Lions somebody. Yeah, I'd have to look back exactly what game we thought it was going to be a super high scoring affair, and then it turned out to be.
That was it.
Yeah.
Goff versus Stafford indoors.
Yep. Boy, the Reed.
Monte got hurt, but other than that, the stars showed out.
The Reeds were there, like we said. Amon-Ra had a great game last time indoors, like you mentioned. J-Mo had a great game indoors, like we mentioned. And, I threw in Colby Patterson. Same situation, though. Great game indoors. And, actually Montgomery was kind of that leg there where he'd actually gone off against the Rams previously. And, he didn't get really the rushing yards he had. His role was really diminished in that game, but kind of come through like needed him to. So I'm not really going to complain. Got it done. Other than that, though, what was you think maybe your best bet of the week?
I had a couple nice parlay hits. Not plus 6,000. I got a couple plus 2,000s. I guess one was plus 1,800, but cashed one on Sunday, cashed one on Monday night. I think that tight end parlay was very fun. Jonnu Smith and Darren Waller. That game was looking pretty gross for a while, actually, that Monday night game. But man, that second half, there was about 4 touchdowns in that fourth quarter. 2 of them that I needed.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith and Darren Waller. So that was that saved the whole night Monday night. That was a very fun parlay to cash.
Yeah.
It was looking dead for 3 quarters, and then, man, back-to-back touchdowns within 10 minutes.
Yep.
Followed up after a good Sunday, good Monday. So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Could be even better.
That's actually one I didn't tell you on, and when I saw you hit it, I was like, no way. Was really happy for you because I didn't have a lot of faith going in on that one, and I was like, that's why I laid off. But right read, I mean, shit. Really didn't, like you said, kind of look like a stinker early on, and then he had the back-to-back touchdowns.
And that was an SGP game. It didn't seem like it beforehand, but man, that was a lot of game for sure. Monday night, out of nowhere.
Yeah, which really random, truly. So, so
it was a fun week.
Yeah, really. I mean, I don't have any complaints, to be honest.
I don't have a worst bet off the top of my head because I didn't have too many losers. I hit my jackpot on Thursday night and was able to use that bonus money. I didn't completely waste it, so I'm happy. Could have been an even bigger week, but I'll take it.
You know what? My worst bet was? It wasn't even that bad, but it was the one loser I had was Brian Robinson. I feel like the read was right. Both you and I played his yards, and he got, I don't know, it was 4 yards away. That one kind of, it was the right read in my mind. I lost, but whatever. It was the only one I had that lost. I didn't even play anything on Monday after the big win from Sunday, so I was like, I'm good. And I didn't
enjoy it.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it. So, yeah, the Brian Robinson one, I guess, was a bummer though because they killed the Titans pretty much, and just really felt like he didn't get the amount of touches I thought he would. So, or at least thought he'd have kind of more of at least one run that broke for maybe 10, 11 yards, and it didn't happen. So he never ended up going over his yardage. So that was the one loser I had from last week that I'll just toss in there as the worst one. So whatever. Yeah.
On to week 16.
That's right. We got a great game for tonight. Again, thanks for everyone joining us live. We do this Thursday show. A lot on the line for this Rams Seattle matchup. If Seattle, just to kind of lay it out for the people, if Seattle can end up winning here, it more or less clinches a spot for the 49ers. There's a lot of kind of like downstream effects that if you are into that playoff machine thing, you can kind of look into. Pretty much clinches the 49ers into a playoff spot in a roundabout way, depending on some things. It actually jumps also the 49ers up into the first place spot. That would obviously would change on Sunday once the Bears play. They would, I think, then go to first place, but then the Bears and 49ers play next week, right? So, and obviously, I think if the Rams win, I think it locks them up as almost guaranteed winning the division in the first place, pretty close to locking up the first place spot. So, huge game, especially just in the division speaking. So
I haven't looked into the playoff machine or anything like that like I have in past seasons. Just taking it one week at a time.
Yeah, I got into it a little bit last week. Definitely too much.
Maybe I'll go after this week.
Yeah. I spent wasted a bit of company time. Yeah, wasted a bunch of company time. So
yeah, there you go.
I'm actually really excited for this game, though. The matchup last time was really close. I think it was 21-19. So let's just get right into it here. Board is brought to you by FanDuel, not an official sponsor, but obviously shop around for odds. This is just the board Lucas and I use to talk about the game. So I'm just going to toss it to you here, and I want to hear your thoughts, right off the rip on what you're thinking this game's going to be.
Before we got in here, I went and checked the weather. So it's raining pretty hard as of right now in Seattle, but 5:15 local kickoff. The rain might be dying down as soon as we kick off. But
Yeah.
Pretty significant winds. Could be up to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds. So maybe not the two quarterbacks you'd be concerned about with the wind, but I think that is a pretty decent factor, the weather tonight.
Yeah, both those guys have a really strong arm, especially Stafford.
I won't be too concerned with these two quarterbacks, but decent chance for rain, at least first half.
Yeah, and
not a complete washout, like maybe.
Does that even matter? Because doesn't that stadium have the roof is able to be closed somewhat?
The fans get covered, but not the field.
Okay, it's the fans only. Okay, I knew it was some of it got closed or whatever, but I couldn't remember if it was also the field. Interesting.
Helps with the echo, makes it even louder the way they design that stadium.
Yeah, I really like the way they have that set up. So, I kind of only briefly touched on the weather myself, just trying to see, I was actually trying to find the angle.
Huge factor with these quarterbacks, but a factor.
Yeah. Like you said,
driven the total down just a couple points, 42.5 now.
Yeah, if you go down to the daily and you're trying to look at the daily on the day, it looks like it maybe, like you said, it's going to clear up a little bit. So it probably won't be huge factor. With that in mind, though, what are I guess some leans that you're kind of looking at?
That first half under dropped a point, 21.5. Think about that first half under. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I feel like that's a pretty high hit rate. First half under, just blindly bet the first half under the primetime games.
It's been an unbelievable kind of stretch the last 2 or 3 years where that's hit. You can just almost blindly bet it, and it doesn't really matter. I think there was a couple games. You're going to lose some. There's a couple games where you will lose, but for the most part, it's just so consistent with the under that it doesn't even matter. There was a couple spots, though, I had actually outlined myself that I wanted to get your thoughts on.
Don't have too much, so I'm glad you do.
Yeah, the number one play I had circled on here. Let's see if I can find it. I probably went past it, but I think Sam Darnold throws an interception tonight.
Oh, that's what you're going to say? He threw 4 a month ago when they played?
Yeah.
Minus 146 to throw an interception?
Yep. It's not the greatest odds. There obviously are better odds out there. But, the last game, I think he threw 4 interceptions. And I did a little digging around, looking back into last year, because, that's kind of the big knock on Darnold, right, is come big games that he just kind of falls off and doesn't show up for the team, etc. And that's pretty true, because if you look at most of their big games last year with the Vikings, he threw an interception. Now, I don't expect anything like what happened their first meeting, 4 interceptions. That's crazy. But
I don't think they were all his fault, to be fair.
No, they weren't.
But yeah, that is unfortunately true.
Yep. Another interesting kind of takeaway from that, though, is he wasn't sacked at all last matchup, which I thought was kind of surprising. So, especially for as good as that Rams defense is, that may be a change. That I don't expect that also to stay the same this matchup either. I expect him to probably get sacked a couple times. But yeah, that my number one kind of lean on this game is Darnold to throw an interception. I think we're just going to see the same guy we've seen the last 2 years. These big games, these big moments. He's not really. I wouldn't say produced because he's still in yardage terms as produced, but he will make mistakes.
Yeah.
So,
I unfortunately agree with that.
Yep. The other guy that I have an inkling that you are going to agree with is Cooper Kupp.
The one bet I have is on Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Oh, for his touchdown lotto?
Anytime touchdown. Use that as my touchdown jackpot.
Yep, that's why that's not the lotto, the anytime
plus 400
jackpot. Yep. I put
plus 500 for 2 if you want to get a little silly.
You mean 5,000?
Yeah, plus 5,000 for 2 plus.
Yeah. I think you and I
thought he scored for a few seconds when they played last month.
Yeah.
Pretty easy overturn.
Yeah. Last matchup, you and I were on him for the revenge factor. Kind of had actually a bad game, but he did. I was looking back at that. He had four catches on 7 targets.
7 targets.
27-ish yards, something like that.
Yeah.
One play I actually do have locked in because that's not really a good revenge game for him. Now they're at home. I liked his receptions. It's 3.5 at one, and it's at plus money. I thought that was great value, to be honest.
It's just for 3 plus, like minus 190.
Yeah,
if you want a second leg.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
First half under. There you go. Use my juice reducer, my first half under.
There you go. Yeah,
I think I've lost 3 bets this year on minus 700 juice reducers.
Yeah.
First half unders.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about Kupp kind of having a big game? Because the other thing I've been thinking about too is what's this game going to maybe look like? If the Rams start to walk away with it, they're going to have to pass the ball a lot more.
I don't think they are.
I don't really necessarily.
But if the weather is a concern, that would definitely help Cooper Kupp rather than one of the other guys. Rashid Shaheed's been getting a little bit more work. He's finally getting acclimated to the offense, but that weather would hurt Shaheed and help Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of tight ends you could choose from, but I haven't bet any of those tight ends. Barner, Parkinson, Ferguson.
Yeah. I don't know.
One or two of those 3 are going to score, but
yeah,
take your pick.
I didn't really want to trust Kupp on the yards. He's not the Kupp from before. I think, honestly, his target share might be very similar to what he had last time. Now, like you said, there is Rashid Shaheed to think about. But, I guess, again, same sort of game plan. You got to game plan this out in your head. If you're the Rams, what are you doing? Well, you're doing every fucking thing you can, and you're shading a safety over Jackson Smith and Jigba. And you'll say
that's the obvious play. But
yeah, I mean, right?
His line's gone down a few yards. 87.5 now. They're begging you to take that over.
They want it so bad. They want you so bad to do it. I just don't think it's the play because I think
80% of games or whatever.
Yeah,
87.5.
I think
if this game was indoors, that would certainly be a play. But
yep,
they're begging you to take that. Probably the same thing with Puka Nacua. Assuming Devontae's out, we're 98% sure he's not playing, but we could be surprised.
If you had to put a percentage on it, what would you say that he's out?
I mean, I'm like 95% sure he's out, but
yeah.
The last time these two teams played, he actually had that 1-yard touchdown reception. That was his only catch.
Yeah. Remember when I said he's going to score a touchdown and go under yards, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, 1 catch for a 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's not impossible that he would do that. Suit up tonight.
to catch
very,
one
very
ball.
slim. I can't imagine they would even risk it, but if he would, he'd be maybe the same kind of scenario,
Right. Yeah.
just a red zone threat.
Yeah.
But it
I
did
would.
look pretty bad. It's perhaps not as severe as it looked. It looked very bad when he blew his hamstring last week, Sunday. That was only 4 days ago. You had imagine he's not playing, but looked like it could have been done for a long time. Looked
Yeah. I mean,
terrible,
that was kind of the one, good news we got out of something like this. Because I thought, like you said, I thought he was done.
it looked
for
terrible.
Sure, for sure. So
But
glad he's not. So
should be all right.
Yeah.
A couple weeks.
Yeah. So I guess to kind of wrap that up, I did play cups. I played his receptions. You can get it plus 140 on ESPN Bet or whatever it's called now, the score, whatever. It's 136 on FanDuel here. I don't know if I'm gonna ladder him up. I don't know. The best ladder is going to be, the highest you can go is on DraftKings, but you'd have to like flip it back and forth essentially. So like 5 receptions you'd want to do here, but then 6 receptions you'd want to do on DraftKings because it's 610. And then I guess if you wanted to do 7, you'd have to do it on DraftKings. It's the only place that offers it. But, I was looking at props.cash and just kind of looking back at last year. 7 is not out of the question. He got it last year. He had 8 against Philadelphia, 11 against Seattle, and 14 against Detroit. This year he's had 7, 4, 6, and 5 as his highest. So again, 7. I don't think I would play 8. I don't even think I'd play 7 personally. But I don't know. Did you think that was a decent ladder spot, or is that kind of a nah?
I just think we see a lot of defense tonight. I think we go under. I'd be happy with the baseline.
Yeah.
I mean, you could sprinkle a bit on the ladder, but especially at plus money. But
that's fair. Yeah, it's kind of hard. These Thursday games haven't really been our strongest of suits, to be honest.
Well, that too. Unfortunately, I just think we see some good defense tonight.
Yeah, these are 2 of the best defenses in the NFL, really. So,
yep.
I'm kind of guessing similar type of scores last time.
Plus a short week and a little bit of weather concern.
Yep.
Screams under.
The one play I want to play and I can't play it right now, and I may not be able to play it because it's on a book I'm more or less banned from, is I want to play Zach Charbonnet receiving yards. For the exact reason that you were talking about, is a bunch of defense. Sam Darnold didn't get sacked last matchup, and I just think that changes. So I think that if anything, he's getting pressured so much that he's going to have to do some dump offs. And Zach Charbonnet is kind of a sneaky guy that he's at least targeting once or twice a game, pretty much once. But he goes off for about 10 yards when he gets the ball. So the only place I saw that had his receiving yards was MGM, and I can't bet there anymore. And they only, it's super low. When I last looked, it was 1.5 yards. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of just thought I'd toss that out too to see what your thought was.
It's not on FanDuel. Can't your way it.
Are you asking me? Or are you looking?
Yeah, I don't see him. Can't check your way, but not on there either.
Yeah, it's disappointing to say the least. Maybe someone will offer him live, and if they do,
yeah,
I mean he'll probably be like for a yard or half a yard, which you could. Man, I'd grab that all day. Personally, I don't know. That was a decent spot. I'm going to personally try and play that live if I can. I just have to find a book that's going to offer the odds other than MGM because I can't bet there.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. Maybe the one book I didn't look was Hard Rock, but I also can't bet there either. So that doesn't also do me any good. Who do you got winning this game?
I like Seattle.
So you think Seattle gets revenge here?
Seattle gets revenge here. So that would make things interesting with that playoff machine if Seattle wins it.
Yes, that's going to make this week even more interesting.
San Fran wants Seattle to win. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that would more or less move San Francisco in the first place from 6th. They're in 6th or 5th right now, one of the two. I can't remember which. Yeah, they don't have him either. That sucks. Yeah, I was looking on Hard Rock. They don't have him. Everyone doesn't want to post a damn line. Maybe live. I think I'm going to go the opposite of you here. I don't trust Sam Darnold at all. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. Matt Stafford, he had been playing like an MVP most of the year. That defense is legit, which the Seahawks are as well. But I think I'd rather take a Matt Stafford-led team with its coaching staff and everyone kind of surrounding Stafford over the Seahawks, even at home. But this is going to be a real test for them. We'll see if Darnold rises to the occasion and can, push the team enough to get the win, which would be honestly monstrous if they could do it. But I just don't have a lot of faith, and I'm in the more prove it mode when it comes to him, especially looking back at last year. So I don't know. Can you bet interceptions live? Maybe you get a better line than 146.
Not on FanDuel.
Not on FanDuel.
Maybe Draft. For that. DraftKings probably.
Yeah. I definitely can on ESPN Bet or whatever the fuck that thing's called now. The score, yeah.
Well, I think the real play is the under, even at 42.5.
So even this low, you'd still take it?
Rather than picking a side, I would take the under. But
I'm curious. This isn't really anything that you like to get into too much, but I'm curious what the money split is on the over under. I have a feeling that
it was 44.5.
So it's actually coming down still.
So it's gone down a little bit, a couple points.
Let's go to here.
And how about Monday night? The total was 42.5. Before game time, it got bet up to 43.5. They finished with exactly 43 points.
No shit.
This past Monday, yeah.
I mean, that just goes to tell the viewers here that
they know what they're doing when they set
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They're not just picking a random number.
No.
Ends exactly at 43 this past Monday night, Dolphins Steelers.
Man.
You could have got 42.5 on Sunday night. Monday afternoon, you could have got 43.5.
Jesus, just think if you had the under, you felt like you just dodged a bullet. And if you had
43.5, yeah.
Yeah, if you had the over, you felt like you were
over 42.5.
Yeah. If you had the over 43.5, though, you felt like you just got kicked in the balls. So, man, that's actually.
So if we finish with 43 points tonight, there you go.
Yeah. No, I do like the under too because I think this is maybe a 21-17 game.
Yeah, I think so.
That. Yeah.
Over 42.5 points, under 44.5. Plus 868.
What was it? Sorry, under 44.
Under 44, over 42.5.
Oh yeah,
68.
yeah. That's great. Yeah,
I mean, I would have cashed on Monday.
yeah. I feel like there's
43 or
bands.
44 points. Because that's how close these lines are.
I don't really understand that. I feel like there's bands.
I don't know if FanDuel has it. But I really don't have too much on this game, to be honest. Cooper Kupp, that's actually my only bet. At the moment, I only have the live boost, which I don't care for. I wish I just get a regular boost from FanDuel, but we're doing that live boost thing again. I don't care for those because I lose every single one.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting.
Maybe I'll do something at halftime. We'll see. Especially if it starts out slow, which we get the worst of the weather in the first half.
Right.
Maybe the second half we can get a little bit of offense. Start slow in the first half.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm not sure. I think right now.
That's the thing. I hate the live boost.
Yeah. So the only thing I've got locked in right now is the Cooper Kupp receptions, and then I was gonna say you're looking dark over there.
Dark now, yes. Sun's gonna be setting in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, 4:30 Eastern. So
yeah, sun's about to be setting a little bit. Getting dark.
Yeah. That was like your goodbye to the show. All right, I'm getting out of here. Yeah, the only thing I've locked in is the kind of that lotto, or not the lotto, the jackpot thing with Kupp.
Yeah.
And I locked in his receptions. But the main thing I'm going to try and hit, if I can, I really want to get Zach Charbonnet's receiving yards. I just don't have a lot of faith anyone's going to post it, unfortunately. So, but we'll see. If you have MGM and you can bet it, just bet it now. I'll kick around. I want to watch the first quarter to see how much pressure is happening on Darnold. And if I feel like they're at least getting hurries in there, I'll probably dip in and grab an for him to throw an interception. So, especially since I think the Rams are going to win, that kind of goes all, same sort of thing. He's going to have to throw the ball more, et cetera, et cetera.
I like the Seahawks.
Yeah. Well, we'll see who comes out. Be a big game for, in terms of the playoff, like we talked about. So I think it honestly is just going to make this week even more exciting when we talk about the games tomorrow. I still need to dive in more to some of these other games. I feel like our show tomorrow is probably going to go a little bit faster as we start to weed out some of these games that are kind of just bullshit, right? Like,
two teams I'm not going to bet on the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I don't plan to.
You're going to have a bunch of teams. Bunch of teams that are going to want to lose. And if that's the case, no, thank you. Not having my money. So I think that's all I got, unless you got anything else.
We'll be back tomorrow?
We're back tomorrow. Roughly the same time. I was a little late. That's my fault. Sorry, everyone. We'll be back probably about 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Mountain Time. So we'll go over the slate, get plays out, and make everyone some money.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
See ya.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody.